there may be an opportunity for you guys to actually have a wedding in 2020. Hello lovely brides and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. If you haven't already, then make sure you subscribe to my channel for a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern bride. So this week we've got an interesting topic that we're going to be diving straight into, so let's jump in. So why might you decide to go ahead with your wedding on your planned date, but obviously with this backup plan as opposed to the wedding that you have been planning for however long you've been planning it for? Okay, let's look at it this way. You have been planning a beautiful wedding. Coronavirus hits and sadly you don't think you're going to get married. Then suddenly the rules change and they say that you may be allowed up to 10 guests inside or anywhere and it will be legally binding. So you can still get married. But then you can't have the big party that you've been planning with all those details and all those people that you wanted to spend your special day with. You may currently be sat in a bit of a no man's land and not really knowing what to do or which direction to go in. The way I see it is, you planned your wedding because you wanted to get married. And now there's a chance that you can, but sadly it's not quite how you envisaged it. So if you decide that the most important thing for you, and it has to be for you, is for you to become husband and wife and to officially get married. You've been through, no doubt, a whole host of emotions and a lot of stress over the last couple of months, wondering whether your wedding is going to go forwards or not. And now you've got that opportunity. Now, it may not be how you envisaged it, but if for you the most important thing is that you get married with a small, intimate wedding with your really special, close people in your life, then you can. Now, you may be thinking, but I really, really wanted to celebrate with all my friends, with all my family. And that's okay to think that. It's okay to mourn that. It's okay to want that. And it's okay if you decide you don't want a small, intimate wedding and you want to postpone it and do the whole thing how you envisaged it. That's okay too. But if you decide that having been through all of this, that love conquers all and that you want this to be part of your epic love story, then you now have the opportunity to do so. And that doesn't mean that you can't have the party. You can still have a party next year when it's safe to do so. In fact, you get 2 celebrations, which is amazing. You could have an intimate wedding with a very small celebration with up to 10 of you, and then you could have the big celebration next year with everybody to celebrate the love story that you really have gone through. Plus, let's not forget that if you get to celebrate twice, you get to wear your wedding dress twice. That's one thing I am jealous of. So maybe you decide that 2020 is the time that you still want to get married and that you want to have an intimate and small wedding with up to 10 guests. Your love story is going to be pretty epic. So let's think about how we can make it super special and really personal still. If they go ahead with letting you get married anywhere, you could get married at home, in your back garden, at a super special place, perhaps where you were proposed to. Perhaps you can get married still in the location that you planned. Your options are literally endless with where you could get married, which is super, super exciting. You obviously need to decide who those special people are and make sure that they are safe to be there for you on the day. And if they're not, then I did a video on how you could potentially have guests still part of your wedding during coronavirus, and I'll link that up here. So what about celebrating? Now, you may decide to have those close friends and family back to your garden to celebrate in a really relaxed and personal party and celebration for your wedding day, for you to finally become husband and wife after this absolute roller coaster of the last few months. You may decide to set out loads of tables and trestles in the garden, maybe some pallets with cushions and rugs and throws and relaxed dining, or maybe a massive grazing board, obviously with social distancing in mind, but you could really style the table up so it's absolutely beautiful. You could have hanging lanterns from trees. You could make it a super special celebration to celebrate that journey that you really have been on. I hope this video helps. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to add some more information once we know what the next steps actually are, but I wanted to give you some inspiration and ideas for these next steps and these new possibilities that are opening up to you. I would love to be able to give you some inspiration for your celebration or with any of your styling, so don't forget you can always get in contact with me via the description box below. Happy planning, guys, and I will see you next week for another video of wedding planning goodness. See you then.